News Central has held its town hall series, this time on diaspora voting, to engage and amplify the voices of Nigerians living abroad ahead of the upcoming 2027 general elections. The series is aimed at educating, informing, and encouraging Nigerian expatriates on the importance of their participation in the electoral process, and also to urge Nigeria's electoral body to push relevant authorities to make their participation possible. Through this interactive session, News Central has provided a platform for Nigerians abroad to discuss challenges, share concerns, and receive critical updates related to voting logistics and rights. The initiative highlights the growing recognition of the diaspora's role in shaping Nigeria's political landscape and ensures their voices are heard in the democratic process. To discuss the readiness and chances of diaspora Nigerians to participate in subsequent elections, I'm now joined by Deputy National Leader, Diaspora Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, Kayode Emola. Thank you very much for being here. Yet again, another bold attempt at amplifying Nigerian voices on the issues that are central to us. This time it is that Nigerian diaspora should not merely be limited to remittances, but that they must have a say in who governs their country, their states, and even their local government areas. Is that too much to ask?
Thank you very much. I don't think it's too much to ask. In the time past, you see the civil rights movement, it was all about voting. The problem and the challenge Nigerians have is that we don't even know what happens to the vote. And when the diasporans are given the power to vote, what people are saying is that will it count? I mean, out of the over 190 nations of the world, we have 141 who have diaspora voting. And Nigeria diaspora is not just any other diaspora. It's a very vibrant set of people. We contribute a lot to global economy. And part of that is what we remit back home. So if people are calling for the power to be able to vote, I think it's not too much to ask. I would even say we can go further to not just restrict it to just voting, but to have the power to be represented. Even if you do it continent-wise or country-wise, if we say continent-wise, we should have 7 representatives from 7 continents on seats reserved in the Nigerian parliament, so that the diaspora voice will not just be limited to remittance, will not just be limited to just voting, but actual representation. And that is when development can start coming down, trickling down to the people who are down there.
All right, kind of quickly, before I ask the next question, is there a device that's a speaking device where you're at? Maybe your TV on, just turn it off because we can hear some kind of echo? Okay, while you're doing that...
Unfortunately, I do.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think there's a TV behind me. I'll just try and get it.
Okay, if you can put it off quickly, and if you can still hear me, I'll just go ahead and ask the question. Speakers at the event were clear about the fact that ideas are not in short supply as to how diaspora voting could be implemented, but the political will to get it done has been the main issue. Talk to us about that. Why is it such a hard task?
Yeah, I guess it's not been short. There's always a way to go about it. And there are a lot of things you can do. I mean, every country has different ways by which they've made it work. If Nigeria wants to make it work, I think it will better put the diaspora to engage with the government back home and to engage with the electoral process to make sure it's done in an ethical way that people see that, yes, my voice really matters, not just my money, and that we're putting our money where our mouth is.
Where exactly does the advocacy for diaspora voting go? Is it to the National Assembly or the presidency or even international bodies like donor agencies and lenders? Where is this call going to exactly?
It's going to possibly the National Assembly, because that's where the laws are being made. There has to be an enabling law for it to come into effect. So it has to go through town halls, through cultural societies, and the people themselves, both the people in the diaspora, need to come together, not just government orchestrated organization. There needs to be series of organizations coming up to promote that attitude of voting. If you look at the percentage of people actually voting in Nigeria, it's actually quite low. Look at the last election, we have about maybe 20, 30 million people voting in a country of over 200 million. That's like say 15, 20% of the people voting. We need voters' participation, and we need there is need to engage both the National Assembly and the presidency, and even the states and the local government machinery, to ensure that the diaspora, we're not just limited to just providing our money, which goes into all sorts in boosting the Nigerian economy, but actually having A, the power to vote, and B, reserve some special seats for those who are in the diaspora, so that they can also be represented through their representatives.
Let's talk about the logistics of this all. I mean, the idea of diaspora voting is welcome, but then you look at already here in Nigeria, we have challenges with INEC when it comes to logistics, the tech of it. We know what the Beavers did in the last elections. How possible? Of course, we know there are steps at the National Assembly already. There's a second reading of the bill for diaspora voting to amend the Constitution. But what are the chances that all of these logistics, from the tech of it to the constitutional review, will be concluded for diaspora voting to begin in 2027?
It's quite possible. Where there is a will, then there is a way. They can always make it happen. I don't believe that there is no, it's not possible. It's just, you see in Nigeria, they always try to find excuses for things not to be done. But when you talk of INEC, I could remember in 2011, I was part of, I was the presiding officer in Nasarawa State. And during the capturing, a lot of the people were not giving voters cards. So people were just doing capturing without actually getting their voters cards. So they do capturing and they go. But in my polling units, because I was tech savvy, I was able to do it, and people were getting their card. So everybody was trooping down to my own station because they knew they were going to get it. Now it comes about training. So if they get all the materials on time, if they get all the machineries and train people on time, the problem we see is that they leave it till the last minute, maybe 1 or 2 months before the election. And everybody, we are so used to this fire brigade approach. So if they start it now to get the materials and start training the personnel, then they can conduct a free and fair election that people will be proud to say, yes, I was a part of it. So, because at the moment now, it's just the people in the diaspora are saying, you are the people causing problems for us because you are the people voting bad leaders.
All right,
if the people in the diaspora can have the opportunity to participate, then maybe they can bring about change in that country.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. We appreciate your time.